I just managed to set my smoothest VR settings in iRacing on my Reverb G2 on the RTX 4070. After hours of testing and restarts, I successfully found a great crispy image at the highest resolution, without any upscaling, fluid 90 FPS. You will see here my best VR settings in iRacing yet. I will give you openXR settings, iRacing in-game settings, and even nVidia settings. Thank you so much for subscribing, and if I managed to help you somehow, then I'm very happy. So I moved here to the right. Necessary settings in Windows, fast. So you go to Control Panel, Hardware and Sound, Power Options, High Performance Ticked, right? And I don't have to tell you the obvious. Close all the apps you don't need. So you come up right here and close apps from here, what you don't need, or even press Ctrl-Alt-Delete and go to Task Manager. And here you can observe all the apps that are open for you, right? Look, Microsoft Edge Web View here. I'm not even using Microsoft Edge right now, but it's open, so I have to close all of this. All right, let's go to NVIDIA settings. Here, as you can see, I have NVIDIA container open 5 times. Maybe you will have them open 8 or 9 times. That's because your shadow plates open your NVIDIA app, go to settings and overlay and untick this NVIDIA overlay. Let me show you. If I hit now Task Manager, you see, look how many containers NVIDIA has. Right? So you tick this off, look, it's shrinking to half of them. So this is from here, and the next big thing, of course, NVIDIA Control Panel, go to Manage 3D Settings and Program Settings, of course, and here you select iRacing, and in iRacing you modify Low Latency Mode always on. Prefer maximum performance, of course, as you all know. Texture filtering, anisotropic sample options off. High quality texture filtering. Texture filtering, trilinear optimization on, and threaded optimization on. Right? So this is what I have in NVIDIA settings. Okay, now openXR. For those of you who do not know, you'll have in the video description links for it, but you can find it very fast. Look, just type download openXR in your browser and you'll find links for openXR and for openXR toolkit. Let me show you. So look here, openXR toolkit companion. Look, this here you can set your keys to navigate in the openXR overlay inside the game, and you'll have also openXR tools for Windows Mixed Reality. This is for Reverb G2. Of course, openXR is functioning very well. It's a very powerful tool with other headsets too, for those of you who do not know that, right? In the openXR tools for Reverb G2, you have this on, custom render scales 100%. That's the only thing that's ticked. Okay, now I've opened iRacing in VR, in openXR actually for you, right? Let me just open them. So this is the iRacing monitor display, and here it's the iRacing VR display. As you can see, there are two different images here. Here you already can see the FPS, which is 71%, because I'm recording right now. Right? And after you install that openXR and everything, you just hit Ctrl F2, and here is the openXR overlay inside your VR. Let me just navigate to the first one, performance. Of course, I have here FPS enabled, right? But you don't have to do it because iRacing has an FPS counter inside the game. With Alt F you can open it, I think, right? So you don't need this. And as I told you, without upscaling, no upscaling, right? So no NIS, no FSR, no cast, no everything, right? You come down and use fixed foveated rendering. Don't be afraid of it. You won't even notice that. So fixed foveated rendering, it interprets the image in three circles: the inner circle, the medium, intermediate circle, and the outside circle. Yes, the inner circle has to be the clearest possible. So as you can see here, it's 1x resolution. The middle resolution, it's a quarter resolution, and the outside resolution, it's a 16 part of resolution. You won't even notice it, believe me. Even if you go in, you will say, oh, I don't think it's working. Yes, it's working, but you just have to look closely to see it, right? So this helps the system a lot, right? Let's go down. Inner ring, middle resolution. Yeah, preferred horizontal scale. I put it 150. You can fiddle with it. Okay, let's go down. Vertical, nothing. Turbo mode. Very important. Enable turbo mode. It helps the system a lot. Right, going down, frame rate, no frame rate throttling. So this is it in performance. Let's move to appearance, post-processing off. Of course, word scale is 100%. You can tune the word scale if you want. If it's too big, you can shrink it. If it's too small, you can enlarge your word scale, right? So let's go to the inputs. Inputs over prediction reduction for me is 20%. Yes, 20%. I don't see any side effects. Some people say beyond 20% they can see some artifacts or something. I don't. I use 20%. Actually, it helps with the moving of the screen. Okay, let's go further to system. Here is also some magic involved, right? Going down to override resolution, yes. So as you can see, it's 3000 by 177. As you know, River G2 has 2100 per eye. Here you can raise the resolution and lower the resolution, yes? But be very careful, because inside iRacing you also have some display settings, right? Graphical settings. These settings has to complete each other somehow. So as you raise your quality setting inside iRacing, you lower your resolution settings here in override resolution, right? Or you can lower the settings inside graphical settings iRacing and increase the resolution here in system in override resolution. And believe me, it's notable. For example, when you're racing, you won't care about double pass trees, about grandstands or high quality trees and stuff like that. So but this is a preference. Maybe you like it like that, maybe somebody else likes it in another way. Okay, let's see what else we can find here. So you have color adjustments in real time, of course. Field of view, simple, adjustments 100%. Zoom, we don't need that. Blind eye, no blind eye. Disable mask, of course. And exit menu, not yet. Going towards menu settings. So from here you can set the settings for this menu. For example, you can set here the transparency. All right. Something else, you go down, no clock, no horizontal offset. This is it with the openXR overlay inside VR. Yeah. So next we go to in-game iRacing display settings. Okay, so iRacing is open, options, and of course graphic. And as you can see here, this is the monitor resolution. If you are in VR, you have to lower it down to 1024 by 768, right? I just enlarge it for you so you can see it in the recordings. This resolution has to be the smallest as possible. As promised, no upscaling whatsoever. So absolutely nothing here is none, right? So we don't modify the image quality. Border, enable as SPS, of course that's for VR. Reflex, enable your reflex. All right, leave this bar off, it will adjust itself, yeah? Sky and clouds, low, cars, high. So sky and clouds, I personally don't care about that. Cars, yes, high. Pit objects, you should put that at least to medium, because it's not only about pit objects, it's about also the poles from distributed around the track. So in the night it helps with that, with the lights and so on. So pit objects, event, high detail, that's a must. Grandstands, that's the people around the track, off. Crowds, off. Objects, of course, high detail, foliage, high detail, particles, high detail, and full resolution particles. As I said, it's beautiful and high quality picture, maximum cars, as you can see. The LOD, of course, set your FPS. This is 80. So when your FPS is lowering from 90 and hits 80, then the graphics quality, it lowers down automatically so that it increases the FPS. So you will have the minimum of 90 FPS. Yes, you come down here and put your limit to 90. You don't need more than 90 FPS if you're in VR, or maybe you have the Valve index. I think that's working at 120 Hertz. Maybe then you get put it to 120, but if you not, doesn't matter, because the HP reverb, it works only with 90 Hertz. Maybe other headsets works with 75, then you put it here at 75, so limited, right? So the GPU can work on details. All right, anti-aliasing method is MSAA, 4X, and sharp. You can put here neutral or simple. I had it also simple and neutral, but sharp for me is great. Don't mess with this. So 2 it's okay, 4 it's okay, but when you increase it to 8, it lowers your FPS to at least 60. So don't mess with the MSAA samples, right? Shadows, objects, dynamic objects in main view, 9 shadow maps. You can also increase dynamic cube maps to 1 or 2 or 3. To 1 is already eating like 5 to 7 FPS. So it is your option if you want to increase it. Dynamic cube maps, actually, it renders a nice shadow under your car. So actually, it renders shadows below moving objects. There are also fixed cube maps. I set it to off because it's lots of FPS. So I have shader quality, as you can see, ultra detail, right? Moving up to the right side of the section here, cockpit mirrors max. I don't have it set, but I like to set it to 1. I also use the virtual mirror, as you can see, with only 60-degree FOV, right? The headlights are important in the mirror, especially at night. Yeah, motion blur off. We don't need motion blur. SSR off, is eating lots of memory, right? Sharpening, HDR is good, but pay attention, SSAO, it's also eating loads of memory, yeah? Video memory swap, high resolution card, very good option. It helps with the FPS, yeah, and of course, 20x48 car textures, so we need beautiful cars. Let's continue and let me show you the recording of the performance of these settings in iRacing. Alright, so I have the iRacing loaded right now. This is a single player race. Lots of BMW M2s here with me. I'm in the Radical SR8. As you can see, it's 85, 84. That's because I'm recording. Let's go after 90 FPS with the recording. Look, I'm dancing between the cars. Still 90 FPS. Look how many cars there and trucks. Everything rendered. A beautiful car, this Radical SR8. Beautiful sound. Well, let's stop it here. So with these settings, you should have a smooth and immersive experience in VR in iRacing. Now, this could be a baseline for you. From this, you can start and increase your quality settings, decrease your resolution, or decrease your quality settings and increase your resolution. You can go very high, believe me, and it helps. What are the settings that work best for you? What is your system? If you have any tips or tricks, just drop it below in the comments. As I told you in the beginning of the video, I hope this helped you somehow. If you're not subscribed, please consider to hit that button for me. Until the next video, I'm Vince, and see you.